Battle at Big Rock is genuinely one of the most suspenseful, thrilling pieces of Jurassic World media ever since the original Jurassic Park movie. It is so clear that time and effort were all put into the short film, and the acting and CGI is amazing. Also, the Allosaurus is absolutely terrifying. I could easily see it being like the star of its own movie. The reason I'm bringing this up is because today's review is a Hammond collection Allosaurus. Hello, my name is Luca, and if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, title, or intro, today we'll be reviewing the Hammond collection Allosaurus. And spoiler alert, I love this figure. So there you go. Review over. In all seriousness, I will be trying a new style of review today, so I'm excited to see how that's gonna turn out. So I'm kind of gonna do like a voiceover style, and then also I'm not gonna be doing like the categories anymore. I kind of thought I was kind of a little weird, so I'm gonna try something new, and I want to see how this goes. So we're just gonna take a quick look at the box here. On the bottom left, we have a picture of the Hammond collection Allosaurus, and then right next to that, it just says, of course, Allosaurus. And then on the top, on the top of the front of the box, it just shows some logos and that kind of stuff. The right side, we kind of have another picture of the Hammond collection Allosaurus, and this time it's like in a different pose, and it's illuminated by like the campfire, I think it is. And then just right under that, it just says Battle at Big Rock. Just on the back here, we have a nice picture of the Hammond collection Allosaurus in like a very nice pose, and right next to that, we have like two product shots, and under that there's just kind of some other Hammond collection figures available. And then also there's also a brief retelling of Battle at Big Rock in like a sentence, and I think in the background is kind of like a pine tree, which is kind of interesting. And finally, the left side is just a Hammond collection logo. So without further ado, I think I'm just going to get right into this Allosaurus figure. The head on this figure is instantly recognizable as an Allosaurus by those two crests on the top of its head. It almost looks like the Allo has big old eyebrows. The glass eye on this figure is okay. Most of the time you really can't see the pupils, so that's kind of a shame. But Allo here makes up for it with these big, beautiful, sharp-looking teeth. And as we're at the jaw, I might as well show you the jaw articulation. He has two separate jaw pieces, one for the top and one for the bottom. This allows for a variety of poses with the jaw. The inside of the mouth has kind of like dark salmon-y color. Continuing off the topic of paint, the base color here is like nice blue, but then over here by the eye we have just a little bit of red, and then by the back of the head we have like a teensy bit of this like tannish color. At the back of the neck, we have some more scoots and spikes, and then at the very base of the neck, we have a ball joint that has some pretty good motion. The scoots and scales continue like down the neck, and so there's just like a nice sandish tan color. At the base of the neck, we have a ball joint that can do like normal ball joint stuff, and then it can also swivel 360 degrees. These two ball joints allow for some very good and dynamic posing with the neck. We have some airbrushing on the top of the shoulder, and the shoulder joint can swivel and hinge, so does the elbow joint, and so does the wrist joint. The camera doesn't pick it up very well, but the scoot, spikes, and scales are all super defined on the top of this figure. The paint on the thigh is kind of like a back and forth, which is actually kind of cool. Now that we're at the thigh, I might as well show you the thigh articulation. It has a kind of a bad range outward, but a great range backward and a great range forward. The knee swivels and hinges. So does this thing. I don't really know what it is. And of course, so does the ankle joint. This just seems like a good place to say that all like the joints on this figure are all buttery smooth. Like none of them are like too tight or too loose. It's all just perfect. I'm also very pleased to say that all the nails and claws are all painted on this figure. Also, the entire underside of this Allosaurus is all this tan color, so the blue is only mainly on the top. At the base of the tail here, we have a nice ball joint that can have some pretty good motion. And then, of course, throughout the rest of the tail, we just have that classic bendy wire.